to suggest sitting on a block if when you sit down, you kind of round a little bit. And if you're totally good and none of that happens, then you do not have to do that. But I'm going to start on a block and just take my right leg in front of my left. You can be heel to heel, you can be shin to shin, you can be in Baddha Konasana, but how your hips are lower than your hips lower than your low back, and that'll be nice for your low back. And we're gonna just do some strengthening and of our hips, which protects our knees and our low back, little core work. So press down into your legs, into your feet, lift and lengthen your chest so that you feel your shoulders are on top of your hips. And then lift and lengthen your spine and take your gaze forward. Bring your head back a little bit so that you feel your head is on top of your shoulders. And it's going to feel odd because we're not normally like this, but this is sort of proper alignment. And then let's just take a moment to feel your breath coming into your low belly, up into your chest, up into your throat. And then exhale, open your mouth, release. I'm just going to make sure this is recording. Good. Inhale, feel that lift and lengthening. Good. Up into your chest, up into your throat. Press down into your feet as you exhale and then release. Good. One more time. Press down into your feet. Feel that lengthening. Good. Stack your neck on top of your shoulders. Inhale all the way up to your mind's eye. Good. Open your mouth. Exhale, let everything go. And then close your lips and really commit to being here now. Good. So inhale. And then press the air out of your low belly. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Feel the air coming in. Exhale. Feel the air coming out. And then set your intention for today. Take one more round of breath into this space. Good. And then gently open your eyes, keeping this position. So pressing down into your legs. Let's roll your shoulders up, back, and then let everything go as you come down. Nice. Press down into your booty, lift and lengthen, roll your shoulders up, back, let everything go. Nice. And then let's go the other way, lift. Good. Come forward. Nice. Lift. Come forward. Nice. Take your hands out to the side. Push them away. Find that length again. Nice. And then I want you to take your right arm in front of your left. Come out. Left in front of right. Come out. So this is like the eagles that you were doing when we started, Deb, which is a little bit differently. Can I call you Deb or you like Debbie? Debbie, sorry. We already got too friendly, Janice. Nice. The next time your right hand comes across, I want you to hug your shoulders in and really kind of squeeze at like 30%. So now we're doing strengthening. So hug what you can hug. Good. Find that alignment, shoulders over the hips. Nice. And then from there, tuck your chin, bring your left ear to your left side, and then look up and down and up and down and up and down. Good. Gaze back up and then swimmer claps again. So right in front of left in front of right. If you can, see if you can whack yourself. See if you can go farther, Grace. Yeah, give yourself a whack. Like, good job. Good job, me. That jacket's coming off, Grace. That's the goal. That's the goal. Good. Let's end up with our opposite arm on top. So I think that's going to be our left. Nice. For you, grab your block. The other thing you can do is you can wrap your arms around the block and squeeze the block. or you can just squeeze in. Okay, so squeeze in so you feel that strengthening, right? Lengthen your spine. Good. And then tuck your chin, bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Look up and down, up and down, up and down. Nice. And then take your arms out, sweep your arms up. Good. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer. Nice. And then one more shoulder thing here. So take your hands out again, find that alignment, pull your shoulders back, send your chest forward. Good. So sit more at the edge of your block so that your hips come down. Yes. Good. Take your right arm up. So go out, and then up. So you're tight there. Good. Take your left arm up. Nice. So we're in coronation, right? Coronation pose. Right arm up. Nice. Left arm up. Good. Turn your thumbs down. Right arm down. Out. Left arm down. All right, we got some strip yoga going on. Right arm down. Left arm down. Good. Now we're going to put this together. So left thumb's going to face down, right thumb's going to face up. Lift and lengthen. Good. Pull that right arm up, pull that left arm down, just the best you can, and then switch. So feel that strengthening. Nice. And just do the best you can. Switch. Good. Right. Switch. All right. This last time, stay where you are. See if you can take your right hand, press it into your low back. Take your left hand, press it into your head, wherever you can grab. Maybe it's down here, right? Yes. Push. Nice. If you can connect your hands, then you can. But this is the strengthened version. Nice. And then exhale, release. Good. Now left thumb goes up. Sorry, right thumb goes up, left thumb goes down. Good. Reach up, out. So right thumb goes up. I know. So what this is also teaching coordination. So Janice, push your head back. And if your arm only goes to there, just let it go to there. But don't let your head come forward. Yes. And then the last time you end up here, just press your bottom hand into your low back. Find that lengthening. Press your right hand here. And then just see if you can pull that elbow a little bit. So we got to open shoulders more. And that's why I'm doing shoulders. Nice. Good. Exhale, release. Good. Roll your shoulders in, up, and down. And just be like, wow, that was a lot of shoulders, right? So shoulder strengthening versus shoulder lengthening. Ow. And now Kirk doesn't like me anymore. Okay. Nice. From here, let's make our way onto our bellies. And this is where we're going to use our block. So Deborah, you can or not. You can just take your hands in prayer if you want. So this is the neck thing I learned in my mobility class. I thought it was interesting. So press your hands into the block and then down. And then just take your gaze right, down, left, and around. Right, down, left, and around. Good. When you come to center, press those elbows down. Lift your hips. Come into forearm plank with your knees down. And then come back down. Lift your hips. So a little bit front of core. Come back down. Good. Lift your hips or lift your hips and your knees. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down. Hips down. Good. Press your hands down and into the block. Find that lift. So a little bit of a back bend. It's okay for low backs, right? And then we'll just look the other way. So look left, down. I like this. Anybody else? And around. Even though you're saying no with your head, are you saying yes with your eyes?
I'm saying yes.
I'm saying yes. Yes to the dress. Right? So this is just a new thing I learned. I thought it'd be fun. And then I thought if I threw in some core, Marilee would be happy. So, you know. Nice. Come back to center. Squeeze in. Press down. So feel your chest lift. Good, and then same thing, lift, feel that low belly and come on down. So just lift your hips to start and feel the strengthening right in your low belly, a different part of your core. Nice. And then the next time you come up, lift your knees and your hips if you want. Try and keep your gaze forward after all that neck work we did. Good. And then come down onto your knees. We're going to do puppy pose. So if you have two blocks, I'm going to say put your hands on the two blocks. If you have one block, then you can just bring your fingertips on the mat. It doesn't matter. This is like a yoga's choice. So I would put your hands on the block shoulders to help your wrists. I would have it just right on top so that you're not putting strain on your wrists. And then I want you to come into puppy pose. So I want your butt to come up. I want your chest and chin to come forward and feel a nice opening in your back. Yeah, so keep that butt back, right? So this is going to be your alternative to downward facing dog, Jen. That's what he said. And you know what? Then don't use the blocks. That's a bad idea. Turn your hands like this instead. Look. You don't have to use the blocks because I want to get that lengthening in your shoulders. I want you farther back as you can. Good. And then either with a block between your hands or your hands in prayer, because it is Sunday. Take your hands in prayer and pull those hips back at those triceps. Push your hands together. Yeah. Or push into the block. 3, 2, 1. Good. Come all the way down. Nice. Take your right knee out to the side. And if you want to turn on your mat because you have your cute yoga pants on, I understand. Press down and use the block again because it just kind of grounds me. Press that right knee down. Press that left foot down. Half frog pose. Nice. Good. And then release. Take your right leg straight. Take your left leg out to the side. Press that left knee down. Press your fingertips down. Pull and lengthen your shoulders. Nice. Exhale, release. Good. And then come on up into forearm plank on your knees or regular forearm plank. Keep your gaze forward. Push your heels back. Lengthen your spine forward. And then come back to puppy pose or walk your feet into dolphin. Good. So we're not going for super close right now. We're opening our shoulders. We're pulling with our toes. So lift your hips as high as you can, pressing your elbows. Nice. Good. Come all the way back down through forearm plank or skip it. Back to Sphinx pose. Good. I hope you're feeling the love, Janice Norman. It's like, design this sequence for you, baby. You might hate me. But are we okay?
Yeah, just modifying it.
So you in any angle.
No, yeah.
Okay. All right. So from here, which wrist is it? The right. So from here, come on to your left side. So your left side should be good. Good. And then I know that some of you can stack your feet, but I'm going to go for, let's just start with bent knees. I want you to press into that left elbow, the left pinky, lift your hips and strengthen that side body. Nice. And then if you can take it farther than that, take your right foot, press it into the ground. I want you to strengthen this outer right hip. So don't do that, Marilee, because I want you to do something else. So take your front foot in front. I want you to strengthen this outer hip. Yes. And then if you want to go more advanced than that, you can lift your back leg. Good. And then reach that right arm up and over. Try and take your head in line with your shoulders. Nice. Nice. Good. Exhale, come back down. Good. Come back through center. And then let's, I think we can do this. Take your hands like this. Pressing your toes. No weight in your hands. Hands like this. Hands are off the ground. Take your hands off the ground. No hands. I want to strengthen your back body. Yeah. Pressing your toes, lift and lower. lift, and lower. Lift and lower, good. And then take your right arm out to the side, right into the B's. Left hand next to you, let's open up our chest by taking our left leg behind us. Relax your neck. Press into that bottom leg. Nice. Exhale, come back to center. Good. And then again, press into noses on the ground, pressing your toes, hands next to you. Lift. So you're strengthening that back body that we don't do enough of. Lift. Yes. Lift. And then if you can add your legs, add your legs. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Bring your hands in front of you, bend your knees, go from side to side. And then we're going to go the other way. You're going to open your left pack. You take your left hand out to the side, right hand's next to your chest. And then just, so you can do it straight or bent, see what feels good. And then just turn so that your right hip ends up on top of your left. So turn, yep, now you're getting your left pack, good. Your head can be on a block. You could be standing. You could be making faces at me like Kirk. Nice. Good job. Inhale, come back to center. Nice. And then maybe your hands are next to you like this, no weight, and you just do cobra like that. Maybe your hands come down and you come here. Maybe you come all the way up here. Good. And then just take puppy pose or downward facing dog.
So Jenna, what about the other side where we're, going like this?
Thank you, Grace. Grace! I was just a test, Grace. All right, we will do that on the other side. Good idea. Thank you. Good. And then come on to the other side.
Good idea.
Grace, you need to come to all my classes. All right, so on your right side, Janice, just keep your hips down and just do clamshells and strengthen your outer hip, right? And don't worry about your shoulder. Otherwise, push into that right fingertip, stack your right shoulder on top of your left. Good, then take the left foot in front, press in that left foot. Yes, Marilee. And then if you're stronger, you can lift that back leg. Yes, so this is, feel the difference in your outer hip. It's not that it's a, yes. And then you can take your left arm forward and back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back down, make your way into sitting, and just be like crazy. So this is hip functional mobility work. Do you hate it, Deborah? Yeah, you're good. Okay, you're doing great. Okay, from here, I want you to take your legs out to the side. Now, maybe you have to have one leg in. All right, so from here, maybe you start with your legs more narrow. So I want you to take your hands behind you. Again, stack your shoulders over your hips, heads in line with your shoulders, and then just slightly bend your knees and then press into the back of your legs and lift. Good. Press. Press. Now maybe the next time you press, you can lift your arms up. Nice. Exhale, come back down, bend. Inhale, press. Press into those heels, Grace. Press. Yes. Exhale. Nice. And then inhale, press. Good. And then take your hands in front of you again. See if you can rock a little bit side to side and come forward with a little forward. Now press in the back of those legs, Grace. Press, make them strong. This is not normal yoga. You're like, what is she doing? This is not normal. Nice. Good. And then inhale, come on up. Good. Let's go and bring our right hand off to the side. Now, some of you are gonna be able to take your hand on the inside of your leg, and you can, and that hurts my low back. So if you can do that, go ahead. I'm more outside of the leg person. Some of you are gonna be better off maybe bringing this leg in, whatever feels good to you. From here, I want you to lift that right arm up and over. That left butt cheek's gonna lift. Good, and then bring that left arm up and over. So maybe your hands like behind your head, come back, come up and over. Good. Come back. Come up and over. And then turn your chest towards that right leg. So I find if I do my side body, now look towards your toes. Pull with your hands. And then again, do that little micro bend with your knee and straighten. But really try and activate. I want you to feel your quads turn on. Nice. Good. Inhale, walk your hands through to the other side. Maybe take your other leg out. Bring your other leg in. And then I'm going to take my left hand on the outside of my left leg. Good. Maybe your hand just stays behind your head and you just reach to the side and you get more of your side body. Or maybe you add your right arm. So do what your body can do. Oh, that's so beautiful, Debbie. Good. Nice. And then from here, turn your chest towards that left leg. Activate that foot. I want you to see that your toe active, Janice. I want to see that. You don't have to be low, but I want that front foot. I want you to be pulling your toe towards you. I want you to feel that quad turn on. Good. Now straighten your leg, Grace, and just don't go as far. Yeah. And then do that little ballistic bend and straighten of your leg. Good. Pull your chest forward. Nice. Good. Inhale, come on up. Nice. And then one more time, let's bend and straighten. So either take your hands behind your head or here. This is a little bit more pleasant, or your hands in front of you. I want you to bend and straighten. Really push into your legs. See if you can come forward, maybe rocking from side to side. And then I want you to notice if you're closer to the ground. Maybe take your hands on your legs now. Are you closer, Marilee, than you were the first time? Okay. So this is the work. This is what creates more length, this mobility stuff. Good. So really press in the legs. Good. Inhale, come on up. Oh my God, what a nightmare, right? Right. And then from here, let's take our feet in. Take your hands behind you. Good. Take your right knee to the right, left knee follows. Good. And then left knee comes up, right knee comes up, right knee follows. So go wider with your feet, like really wide, like this, like inappropriate pose, right? And then just feel that this is like a pigeon without going all the way pigeon, right? And then the next time, we needed some comedy. The next time you come to the right, I want you to lean all the way to the right so that you have more space. And then maybe bring that forward. And then from there, come towards Grace. Yeah, is that better? Having gone to the right? Good. And then if you're more open and you want to do regular pigeon, go ahead. So this is how I can get into like full pigeon. Like with my front foot straight, otherwise I can't do it. Okay, so bring that left hip a little more forward, Grace. Good, pull your legs towards each other. Lift and lengthen, exhale, release. Good, come back through. Nice. And then let's go the other way. So shift your legs, and I want you to come all the way to the left so that your left shin is on the ground and your left foot's on the ground. So bring that left knee all the way to the ground. Yes, and don't worry about the back leg, right? And then from there, come forward. So this way you don't hurt your knee because your knee and your shin are both on the ground. And then if you want to from there go into pigeon, go ahead. Nice. So push your legs into the ground, lift your chest forward. Nice. Inhale, come on up. Good. And then I'm going to just say, make your way to standing, however you want to get up. I'm going to come through downward facing dog. You can come onto your elbows, or you can just stand up. I'm going to pedal my legs. And then just walk your feet to your hands. And let's hang in a forward fold. So come to flat back. Feel that strengthening in the back of your core, or the front of your core actually. And then just fold, grabbing your elbows, and let your gravity do the work. Good, and then pressing your feet, come back to flat back, strengthening in your core. Good, and then exhale, fold again. See if you go a little bit deeper. Nice, bend and straighten your legs. Nice. See if you go a little bit deeper. And then inhale, sweep your arms all the way up, press into your feet. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Okay, come to the front of your mat. Press in your feet, feel your booty turn. Good. And then I'm just gonna face this way. Let's come down into a squat. So your knees can be together or apart. No, apart is better. Come back up, press up. Good, exhale, come on down. Squeeze your booty. Good, exhale, come back up. Good, inhale, come back down. Good, exhale, fold. Good, and then inhale, flat back. Feel your core turn on, bring your hands to prayer. Put your weight into your left foot. Lift and lower this right leg. Lift and lower, go a little lower if you can. And then keep your gaze forward. See if you can step that right leg back. Nice. And then when you get back there, make sure your legs are as wide as your hips. So take your back foot, Grace. Nope, that way. Take your back foot towards Kirk. So your hips aren't here, your hips are here. Yes, that's perfect. So your hips should face forward. Good. So then bend that front knee wider. Right. Good. And then let's add your arms. Inhale, bend, pushing your feet. Yes. Exhale, straighten. Good. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Nice. Inhale, bend. Push into your legs. Pull your core. Lift your chest. Nice. And then from here, straighten that front leg. Pull your hips back. Hands on your thighs. Stretch that left hamstring. Good. Chest is facing your left leg. Nice. Good. Inhale. Come on up. Shift your weight forward. Take a shorter stance. Use your core. We're just going to step forward this time. But if you want to throw in a warrior three, go ahead. Shift your right foot forward. And then squats. So we're getting our booty. I thought this was yoga. Most of us have back problems because our butts aren't strong enough. What do you think, Debbie? You're right. Are you firing me yet? Nice. All right, come on back. Good. Hold. Good. Sweep your arms up. Hands back to prayer. Good. Stick your booty out. Pull your shoulders back. Good. Put your weight into that right foot. Get nice and low. Good. Lift and lower. Yes, with control. Lift and lower. Good. Lift. The next time you lift, gaze forward. Get lower. Yes. Look forward. Step back. Yes. Now, you have perfect warrior 2 feet, but not warrior 1 feet. So your back toes should face forward. Yeah. And then I would go a little bit towards Marilee, even though you probably will never do it with your back foot. Because you want your feet as wide as your hips. No, I bring it towards her. A brick. I want your legs as wide as your hips. So step it out. Yes, exactly. Good. Bend. Pull it, hands on your hips. Give me some attitude, Grace. Yes, like I thought we didn't do this side. Good. Let's activate the legs. Straighten. Bend. I like it when you call me out. Good. Straighten. Bend. Yes. Pull the shoulders back. Yes. Yes. Feel that strengthening in your legs. Good. Exhale. Pull your hips back. Bring your right hand forward. Nice. Good. Inhale, come back up. Bend your front knee. Bring your back foot in. Good. And then with control, lift and lower. Good. Take a fold. Nice. Sweep your arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Nice. And now we're going to do a warrior 3. So if you want to, go on the hardscape because it'll be easier to balance or not. Good. So come back to that chair prayer. You can keep your hands here. You can keep your hands out to the side. That helps with balance, but really get low, pull in your belly, pull your shoulders back. Let's put our weight in our left foot again. Lift and lower. We want to move with control, go a little lower. Yep. And then lift. See if you can shift forward. See if you can throw in this, press this leg back just for a second. Step it back to warrior 1. So nice. Come to warrior 1. Inhale. Activate those legs. Exhale. Beautiful. Inhale. Activate those legs. Exhale. Slide your hand down. Get those hamstrings again. See where you go. Nice. See what's okay for you. Good. Inhale, come back up. Now bring your back foot in. Let's come into sort of this lunge, right? Bring your chest forward. Nice. And then most of you hands out to the side, not you, Marilee. I want you to bring your chest forward, activate that back toes, those back toes, so that your right glute turns on, and then shift forward into a warrior 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that right leg forward. Nice.
Warrior 3 is 1.
3. Right leg in front of left. Good. Let's just go to the side this time. Right arm over to the side. I threw in something new at you, Marilee. I tricked you. I'll have to come up with a code for you, Grace.
What?
I'll just come up with like a cheat sheet. Like 3 means 1, right means left. Thank you, though.
My mom used to do that all the time.
So come back down. I have emotional intelligence. I don't know right from left. Come back down. Feel it in your booty. Lift your chest. Weight in your right foot. Good. Lift and lower. So just moving with control. Lift and lower. Good. Lift. Bring your chest forward. See if you can hold for just a second. Yes, Marilee. Exhale, left foot down. Nice. Take your legs wide enough. Bend your front knee. Good. And then let's pull that right leg back. Stretch that right hamstring. So maybe you're up on your thigh, but maybe you're like Debbie and you're all the way down to your toes. Whatever your body does is what it should be doing. Good. Inhale, come back to this warrior 1 stance. Pull your elbows back. Hands to prayer for Marilee. Everyone else, hands out to the side. Shift it and maybe bend that back leg. I want you to activate your toes. I want you to activate that left booty, right? And then from here, activate that left foot, kick it back, activate that left foot. 5, 4, yes. 3, 2, 1. So I think I messed you up. Did I mess you up from how you normally do it? Now, left leg in front of right. Go over to the left. I just read that this is a good runner's lunge or hiker's lunge, so I thought I'd throw it in. Kind of new. I don't know which way we're going. Nice. Exhale, release. All right, we're gonna go to warrior two stuff. And I don't know what time it is. Okay, good. So this is totally different than normal. How's everyone doing? You like it? Nice. Tabby's like, I'm not sure. Where are we going for breakfast? All right, so let's come. We did a lot of opening here. Let's come into our Skandasana. So take your feet wide, bend your right knee, stick your booty out. Like you're mooning, Janice, right? And then if you're more open, go a little lower. Good, come back through center, go the other way. Stick your butt out. Nice. Good. Good, come back to center. Next round, bend your right knee, maybe lift your heel, go a little lower. Janice is like, you're lucky I'm here. I'm not going lower. Good, inhale, come on up. Good, maybe lift that right heel, go a little lower. Good, put your hands in prayer, Marilee. See if you can do this. Dig with that right heel. Yes. Good, why can't we just run, says Marilee. Come back to center. Good, do a fold wherever you end up. Nice. Good. Inhale, come all the way up. Good. Turn your right foot out. Let's come into warrior two. So heel to heel or heel to arch. Mostly what I care about is that your right knee, when you bend it, tracks with your second or third toe or in between. Otherwise, I'm not too bothered. Good. That was intentional, Kirk. Good. Same thing. Let's just start with our legs. So I want you to press your right hand into your right leg. Yeah, press against it. Really? That's what you want? And then press your left hand into your left leg so you feel that activation in your booty. Nice. From that space, add your left hand back, your right hand forward. Good. Nice. And then inhale, press to straight. Exhale, bend. Good. Inhale, press to straight. Exhale, bend. Nice. Inhale, press to straight. Exhale, bend. Good. And then take that left hand behind you again. Press into that right foot. Either bring your right hand on your thigh. That's what most of you are going to do now. Bring your back towards Marilee if you can, Kirk. And then if you can go lower than that, see if you can bring your hand on a block or all the way onto your ankle. Nice. Squeeze those legs, activate those legs. Nice. That's good, Janice. Good. Inhale, come on up. Good. Turn your feet back to center. Go right and left. See if it's more open than it was a minute ago. It should be better. Should be better. I'm buying. I'm buying. Nice. Good. Come into a fold. Nice. Inhale, come all the way up. Turn your left foot out. Good. So you want your front foot to be parallel with the long edge of the mat and your back foot to kind of be parallel with the back edge of the mat. Yes. So, and then maybe kick your heel out a little. So kick your back heel, Janice. Yes. Now bend your knee. Now, isn't that better alignment for you? Good. Yeah, when you're on the grass, right? So same thing. Take your left hand into your thigh and your right hand into your thigh and activate your booty. Pull the shoulders back. Nice. And then add your front hand, add your back hand. Nice. And then straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. Good. Straighten and bend. Good. Take that right hand behind you. Take your left forearm on your thigh. Lengthen first. Nice. Push in your legs. Good. Most of you stay there. If you can, take that left hand onto your ankle, keeping your chest spun the best you can. I'd rather you stay higher and spin your upper back if your name is Kurt. Nice. Good. And then inhale, come all the way up. Good. Heel toe your feet in. And then let's do Malasana pose. I want you to press your hands into your knees into your hands, and kind of bounce. All right, are you up for one fun thing? All right.
Wait, what time is it? Oh.
Okay. So most of you are going to just stay with this activation and hang out for a minute. I'm going to push Marilee because I like to bug her. So take your blocks, Marilee, and you guys, you can do part of this if you want. Take your blocks behind your heels. Yep, and come down and just open and close. Yep. Bend and straighten. Good. And then bend. Maybe you hang out here and you lift your right leg and you lift your left. So you have to shift your weight. You're not doing this one, Kirk? This is the one that you like. And then straighten and bend. All right. Nice. All right. Well, Deb's in. All right, Deb, are you ready? And then come on down. Put your weight back. Lift your right leg. Left leg. That's what we're working on this month. And then just meet me down here. That's what we're gonna work on this month. So I thought I'd throw it in.
Only this month?
Oh my goodness. All right. Let's make our way onto our backs. This nightmare's almost over. Grab a sip of water if you need one. I appreciate you guys being so open to trying new things. Okay. So we're just gonna do a little glute bridge, some hamstring stretch, and call it a day. Debbie's like, I think it's time for breakfast, Janice. All right, so lay down. Good. Take your feet extra wide if you have cranky knees. If you don't have cranky knees, you don't have to take it extra wide. You can be done and just rest too. I just want you to press in your feet and then lift your hips and then come back down. Good. Press in your feet, lift your hips. Come back down. You guys are going to need yoga after this. And then press your feet, lift your hips. Now, if you want, just stay there. Or walk your shoulders underneath you and press into the back of your shoulders. Nice. Press in your feet. Good. Release your hands. Come all the way back down. Take your feet as wide as the mat. And then again, take them right and left and right and left. Good. All right. We're going to do that one more time. So take your feet where they feel good for you. And then really press. That was extended. Press in your heels. Lift your hips, squeeze your butt, glute ups, and then come back down. Good. Squeeze your butt, glute ups, and then come back down. And then squeeze your butt. Maybe grab the sides of the mat if you're super tight and turn your wrists open. Maybe interlace your hands underneath you. Nice. Exhale, come all the way on down. And then take your feet as wide as the mat. Go to the right. Go to the left. Go to the right. Go to the left. Nice. And then from here, take your right ankle on your left knee. Good. Use your hands to help you pull your legs in. So this whole time we've been doing active range of motion. Now we're letting our hands help our legs. So you can do knee on knee or you can do ankle to knee. Good. And then I want you to point your left toe, pull it up towards the sky, and then flex your heel, pull it towards your booty. Good. Point your left toe, pull it up towards the sky, Flex your heel, bring it to your booty. Good. Point your left toe, bring it up towards the sky. Flex your left heel. Bring it down to the ground. And then take your hands out to the side. Take a twist so that your right foot ends up on the mat. Now stretching that outer hip that we strengthened. You can press in your hands, or you can take your left hand and press it into your right leg. Or you can take that left hand and pull your knee across. Or you can do a combination of both. Nice. Come back to center. Unhook your legs, hug your knees in your chest. Good. Take your right foot on the ground, take your left ankle on your right knee, and then use your hands to help bring your legs in. Feel that nice, relaxing stretch. So normally when I do this at the beginning of the class, I don't use our hands because I'm in an active range of motion, but now we're just more relaxing. Now point that right toe, pull it up towards the sky, and then flex your heel, pull it towards your booty. Good. Point your toes, send it up towards the sky. Flex your heel, pull it towards your booty. One more time, point your toe up towards the sky. Flex your heel, bring it to the ground. Take your hands out to the side and twist. Bringing that left foot onto the ground. And then either pull that left knee towards you or press that left knee away or do a combination of both, whatever your body seems to need. Nice, let everything go. And then come back to center, unhook your legs, hug your knees in your chest. And then just for a moment, either take your soles of your feet wide, let your knees hug in, or take the soles of your feet together, let your knees come out. Coming into this nice neutral pose. Good, and then splay yourself out into your final resting pose, whatever that looks like. Feel your body settle in as you inhale and feel where you're connected to the ground. Exhale, bringing your focus to your breath. And then inhale, relax any parts that are tight, that are tense. Exhale, let that all go. And then come back to your intention for today. Inhale that into your mind's eye. Setting how you go about your choices for the day. Exhale, bring that into your being, into your thinking. Good, and then come back to your intention. Inhale. Bring that intention into your physical body. Choices that you're going to make for today as you exhale. And then finally, inhale into your emotional well-being. Knowing which choices today emotionally you're going to make that will keep you in line with your intention that you created here this morning. Take one more deep round of breath into this intention. And then as you exhale, roll to one side, sealing in your intention in mind, body, and spirit. Notice if there's a shift in how you feel or your thoughts. And imagine you're starting anew with this intention for your day. As you gradually make your way on up to a comfortable seated position. Bringing your hands to your heart. And namaste.